Pickers, today I'm going to talk about how I use the Fretlight guitar training systems to teach my grandkids starting this summer when they get out of school, and why I've been preparing for it. Now, I've got all kind of Fretlights. Y'all see me talk about them. I've got that uh, black on the bottom Sunburst Stratocaster right there. That I changed out all the pickups, put in Seymour Duncans, but it has an on board chord scale and note modulator. It does not have to be hooked to any software. In fact, it's not wireless at all. It's self-contained. Then I have a guitar. This is an acoustic, and it is a slimline. It wasn't designed to be a playing, gigging guitar. The very first thing I did when I got it, their technologies in the neck with lighting up the fretboard, is I pulled the strings off because it had like 13 gauge strings on there, and I know that my granddaughter is going to be suffering like all guitarists, with pain in the fingers. Now you can't get away from the pain even with nylon strings. So what I did right off the bat is I took the 13 gauges off and I put 9 gauge strings on here. Now, it's not going to sound great, but it don't sound bad either. So I mean, it's still, an acoustic guitar. That's not a bad sound, but I'm not taking this anywhere. This is a teaching guitar. The other thing I did to it when I had the strings off is I put the notes up and down the fretboard. Now, remember, this is a teaching guitar. I'm not taking this out, but the idea is teaching. So, how do you make this work? This has to be connected to software. Now, Fretlight has their own app called Guitar Tunes. Now, you can pay and get lessons and stuff like that, but you can just download the app and get the basic things of chords, scales, and things like that. Now, this is the app. I'm going to show it to you. Okay. You're not going to be able to see this, but you can see it's got a virtual fretboard. I was able to choose over here what I wanted. Did I want chords? Did I want scale? What kind of scale? I picked minor blues. What's the note? I picked A. Which form? Now, that's something that I'll teach her about scales, is there's forms up and down the board, and to find the root note and how to dissect this scale where it can help her down the road. And I also told it to blink the root note. Now, right now, nothing is lit up, but on this right here is a little Bluetooth icon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the icon, and it's blinking now because it's hunting for a connection. I'm going to go to the back. I'm going to press the micro button. When I did, you saw now it's hooked up. And it's defaulted to the A minor blues scale. So you may think, well, why would you want to do this? What good is this going to do? It's muscle memory. She's still going to have to learn the scale. So I'm going to first teach her how to use the scale, learn the scale with the lights on. I'm going to teach her that you read from the top, left to right. Then you work your way down, and then we'll talk about the fact that a pentatonic scale is 5 notes. A blues scale just adds a 6th note. So, okay, here it is. It's blinking the root note. And then the reason I have these on here, I'm going to make her see. She's going to go, E is open, F, G, A. Remember, I'm doing an A minor blues scale. So, she'll see the lights. And I'll teach her about fingers, 1, 2, 3, 4, about indexing fingers. So we'll go, see, I didn't even hit it good, but. So there it is. There's your 6 notes returned back to the root note. And then she'll practice this, and practice this. And then she'll think she's got it down right. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to come down here and I'm going to turn it off. Watch. I'll hold the button. It'll flash the whole board and it'll go off. And now I'm going to say, play me that scale. And she'll probably remember where to start. And she might even get the first note. But I'm not going to quit there. Then I'm going to take the notes on the fretboard and I'm going to say, okay, show me the root note. What's the next note? And we'll move our way down and we'll find the next note. And we will break down the scale. Now, this isn't going to happen in one lesson, but that's the purpose of the Fretlight system, is to teach things. It'll even do chords. It'll even read tablature, which if you've got Guitar Pro, if you go to Ultimate Guitar, pick a tab for a song you want. You can download it into Guitar Pro. Guitar Pro reads Fretlight. And then it will actually light up every note you need to play in the chords. You can then go in, pick the part you want to work on, loop it, slow it down, and learn a song. But that's on down the road. The biggest thing that I use this for, and yeah, I don't care if people laugh, it's a teaching tool for my granddaughter. It's about teaching. I never learned scales. I told y'all my story. I learned chords. I finally learned a little bit. I did know some very, very, very basic, every good boy does fine. You can tell by the smiling face. But it wasn't until somebody finally taught me the musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the half steps, B to C, E to F, that I finally put together chord progressions and realized, that a C was going to have an F and a G. And then I wasn't just staring over at people trying to play chords real fast. So that's part of the learning system and how I use the Fretlight. And if you're interested in it, that's the reason I said that it's all about teaching. You can always reach out to me if you want to know more about it, or if you want to know that strap behind me over there that has the chords and scales built in to where you just press the button, pick the one you want, it lights them up, and things like that. But anyway, this is strictly a video about teaching and learning using the Fretlight guitar system. And remember, it's fretlight.com, FRETLIGHT.com. Feel free to ask me questions. I realize you may not, that acoustic is $299, and it's, you may not want to spend that kind of money, but if you do and you think it would be helpful, I'm happy to help.